This is insane. That's what happens when you're out in the woods. Tell you what, I was thinking this was a waste of an afternoon. Hello everybody. Thanks for joining me again. I am out at one of my favorite parks. That's close to home at the moment. There's a lot of different habitats available that are around. A lot of different wildlife, lots of birds and such. I'm out in the afternoon today, which is a little different. But with the clocks changing with daylight savings, it's a little bit harder to get up for sunrise. Now that sunrise is about 5:30 in the morning, so it's just about 2 o'clock in the afternoon now, and the sun is already starting to go down. So we'll see what is out and about. Hopefully something will be, and we'll see what we can find. So we'll see if you can hear this or not. So that is the alarm call of a squirrel. Hope you can hear that. But it seems pretty quiet out here today. So I paused see if there's any sounds going on in the forest. You can always rely on the other animals in the forest to kind of let you know what's going on. So I stopped, and that squirrel was actually alerting because I was there. But still, you can hear there's another squirrel in the distance that was alerting to something. And there were 2 blue jays off to my right that were calling. All of which could be good indicators that something might be moving around. So it's always good if you don't hear anything, just kind of pause and be quiet for a few minutes and let the forest kind of talk to you. Might help you find what's lurking in the forest. So last night was one of the first nights that it actually got seasonably cold. It had been in the 50s, 60s, and 70s the past couple of days leading up to this. And now last night was really one of the first nights that it actually got down below freezing. And it's supposed to be that way for the foreseeable future. So I'm expecting that the wildlife is going to respond to that. They're going to be aware of that. The sun is still pretty warm, but there's a cold breeze blowing. So I would expect that animals will most likely be out of the wind, trying to get out of the wind. This would be a good time to look for owls. They'll be probably sitting kind of somewhat out in the open to sun themselves. I've seen barred owls doing that in the past. They'll be out on a limb in the direct sun, facing the sun, trying to soak up the warmth before the sun goes down. So I'm going to go kind of more into the forest and see if I can find anything that might be hiding out, trying to get out of the wind. So I haven't found anything yet. Been walking around for about 15 minutes now on the trail. I'm usually here in the morning, so I have a pretty good sense of where the wildlife is in the morning, kind of the paths that they go to and where they're coming from, where they're going to. But in the afternoon, I'm not really sure where they're going or where they are. So I hope I end up actually finding anything. The leaves are very dry and there's a lot on the ground, so it's quite difficult to walk quietly. So I've slowed down my pace considerably to try to be quieter. So we'll see what happens. The sun is definitely going down. So now it's just a matter of finding something. It's kind of a shrubby section up ahead, so let's see if maybe if we set up over here, maybe there'll be some, I see some activity over here, some birds, so we'll see. Maybe if I set up over here, I'll be able to get something. Still grazing. So I didn't get any more video of the deer, but there was a brown creeper that landed on a tree behind me, and a pileated woodpecker that landed on a tree near me. So I was at least able to see that. Trying to see if I can sneak up over to the pileated woodpecker now. Came over this direction. I don't know if you can hear that really high-pitched squeaking call. That is the brown creeper calling. So there's a bunch all over here. Oh, pileated's still around, but it just kind of flew. I'm just walking on the trail trying to get over towards it. The deer went back deeper into the brush, so unless she comes back out farther, I'm not gonna see her again. So I'm at the edge of a field, so the edge of the tree line here. And there's a bunch of black-capped chickadees and tufted titmice all on the edge here gathering seeds. And I'm just gonna try to see if I can get any good shots of them. I'm gonna continue on, see if there's anything around this bend. I was really hoping that maybe some deer would be in all this tall grass over to my right, but I haven't seen anything yet. So I'm still on the edge of the field. Field's to my right, as you can see. And I got tree line to my left. I'm going to continue walking along the edge here. So I've definitely seen deer along the edge. And I'm gonna kind of circle back around in through a pine forest where I've seen owl. And I'll end up back out at the field. And by then the sun will probably have come just about down all the way. And maybe some stuff will be out in the field then. But I mean, so far, got that one doe. And got that one short video of her. And she was foraging all by herself. And didn't really seem to mind me, which was nice. And got a couple other small little birds. So, not a very active afternoon, evening, but sometimes that's what you get. So I'm entering into a young pine forest now, which has the potential to be a good spot for deer or other mammals, but it is also a good spot where I've seen barred owl. So I'm hoping that with the sun going down, they might start hooting. So I've heard them do that before. So we'll have to see. Well, this section of the forest is just empty. Not even any squirrels rustling around or any chickadees or anything. It's nothing. Hopefully something will turn up. So I'm back out by the field. A lot of the birds that are along the edge of the field are more active now because the sun's just about down. So they're trying to get some more food before nightfall. And so I'm hoping that maybe I'll be able to get some activity around the edge of the field with the birds. And then I'm gonna head back to where I saw that deer. Maybe it'll be back out, or there'll be more. That's my goal. We'll see what happens. Alright. I'm back where I saw the one deer. And two deer just shoot it out of the brush in front of me. And they're kind of walking away from me now. I'm just gonna try to slowly walk on the trail, following behind them. I think I'm just gonna end up continuing to make them run, but there's no way for me to go except on the trail right now. So I'm hoping that maybe if I go slow enough, they might just kind of relax. Oh, now there's 3 of them. They just went a little bit farther forward. Two of them just ran across the trail in front of me, so I think there's still one off to my left somewhere, but yeah, there's still one off to my left. They all scattered. I do still see the one, but he's just frozen staring at me. The other 2 went off to my right, I think into this brush. It's walking away from me now. The deer just froze and was looking at something else. So I looked in the direction he was looking in. There was a coyote there. He's running down the trail now. Picture of it or not. Well, that was awesome. So I came back to where I had initially seen the first doe. Ended up seeing 3 deer there now. 2 of them broke off and ran to my right. 1 stayed off to my left. I just continued down the trail. And I was watching the deer on my left. It was looking at me. Then all of a sudden it stopped looking at me and started looking in the complete opposite direction, farther down the trail. And when a prey species like a deer does something like that, you know that there's something more dangerous to it than me. And in the woods, that pretty much leads to coyote or bear. And walking right down the trail towards me was a singular coyote. I wasn't really ready for it, so I didn't get any video of it. I got some photos of it. They're not the best. They're a little dark, and there's a lot of brush in between me and them, me and it. But the coyote continued down the trail here, so I'm just gonna kind of walk down the trail. I'm not expecting to find it again. If anything, it's gonna hear me before I even see it and just hunker down and hide. This thing's got phenomenal camouflage. So, I'm just gonna go this way and see what happens. But man, whew, that's what happens when you're out in the woods. Tell you what, I was thinking this was a waste of an afternoon. I didn't get any content for a YouTube video, and then something like that happens. I mean, it's just a fleeting second, but totally worth it. So I'm gonna be quiet now, see if I can maybe catch another glimpse of this coyote, and then I need to head out because the sun is just about down and the park closes at sunset, so we'll see what happens. This is insane. Not only did I find the coyote, but the coyote is laying down right in front of me. The squirrels are going crazy. The other two deer ran off because I think the coyote was actually going after it. So I'm only going to stay here for another minute. The coyote stopped and laid down. I think because I stopped. Make sure that it actually is able to hunt. I don't want to disturb it more than I already am. That is awesome. Absolutely awesome. I couldn't ask for anything more. I'm so happy. That was incredible. Coyote saw me and it was standing there. I think it was actually going after the deer. That's why the deer jumped out in front of me. Coyote saw me, froze, and actually stretched and laid down right in front of me. Oh my gosh. So I just stayed there for, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 minutes. All of the squirrels and everything knew the coyote was there, so they were all alerting to him or her, and coyote was just frozen there staring at me. Although it was nice that it didn't seem too concerned that I was there. It was just aware that I was there, because it was still kind of looking around at the different squirrels and birds that were moving around it. So I got a couple shots where it was peering up, looking at the birds and the squirrels up in the trees. But I didn't want to be there too long because I didn't want to disturb it any more than I already was. I know that with me being there, it's not going to move. And it's definitely hunting. So I don't want to disturb it. It needs to get its dinner too. So, man, that was awesome. Absolutely awesome. I'm gonna make my way out of here kind of quickly now, because it's getting pretty dark. But man, it just shows you gotta stick with it until the end. You never know what you're gonna find in the last little bit. So until next time, go enjoy the outdoors. I'll see you then.